Warning, this video might not be for you if you take life way too seriously.
What is happening, peoples? So today we're going to be doing another review video on something that I'm gonna take a pan around where I'm at currently and give you all, let you all take a quick guess, and then I'll point it out. It should be pretty obvious, but there's some very cool stuff. So this is just some of the stuff we have sitting around back my shop. That, as you can tell, looks like it belongs back here. Believe it or not, this runs and drives. And not only does it run and drive, it has air conditioning. This thing belongs to my neighbor. His name's Ryan. He owns probably the coolest Winnebago known to man. I will drop a link to the videos on that down below. I'll take you for a quick spin. It is on another YouTube channel. A gentleman named Rob runs the channel. You got to check it out. It's a full build that they're doing to it. That thing is ridiculous. So back to this. It is a split window Volkswagen bus. I believe it's I don't even know what year it is. I suppose I should ask that question. I will put it in the on the screen here in a minute. So this thing is wild. So you can see Demon Motorsports. That's the gentleman who owns it. I am fortunate enough, he let me do a review video on it. As you can see, it has a bunch of different stickers. This thing is very popular in the Volkswagen world for obvious reasons. Problem with this sticker though, it's not behind, it's behind the wheel. That shouldn't say that, it should say behind wheel. I love that he has all these stickers all over this thing. It fits this thing, and this is how he drives it. This is how he drives it around town. It's actually pretty cool. Mick, just saying. So we'll just do a quick walk around on it, and then I'll take you through and open everything up if I can figure out how to open everything because of that. So like I said, this thing's pretty wild. This is how he drives it around town. He doesn't just drive this for, he doesn't drive this like this for shows. He does take it to a lot of shows. Anybody in the Volkswagen world will know this thing has been to several shows. It always gets crazy amounts of attention, for rightfully so. I absolutely love all of his stickers. This one right here, anybody in the Volkswagen world knows how true this is. This is hilarious for lots of reasons. So, as you can see, it is a Volkswagen bus. If you open it up, in the back, obviously grill, little treasure chest. All this stuff works. I'll never get over this thing. Great. I love this thing. This thing is probably one of my favorite buses. Inside is even more crazy. To start with, that's your floor mat when you walk in here. It has lovely living accommodations. Very comfortable looking seats. Very one-off table. The table, I mean, he's made all this stuff. Well, not made all of it, but he's done all this stuff to it. I love the park bench seat. This whole thing is wild. Am I needing any ram's horns? He has this sectioned off. Believe it or not, this actually has air conditioning. My own 2 cents, like he knocked this one out of the park. Not that this man needs any more of an ego boost. But he's incredibly talented. Like he should have an ego. Really should, because this thing's wild. The doors, as you can see, this was very well color matched. They kind of open. This is clearly weight reduction. Obviously this is meant so that the air can get through here and cool off this roof, so his air conditioning works better. That's obviously why that's there. If you don't know that, you know, things happen. This thing, as you can see, the floors are obviously original, one of a kind. You know, you'll never find another one. This seat is actually really comfortable. He put some foam in it. It's actually super nice. The shifter though, that's pretty good. As I said, it does have air conditioning. As you can see, it's got some very strategically placed insulation. So that's pretty good. However, the coolest thing about this bus, I'm about to show y'all. How that is done is with a hydraulic kit that he built himself. Designed it, built it, fabricated everything himself. Hey, now I can open it. This thing is wild. I'm sure you guys have seen it. He did tub it, as you can see, obviously, so that way when he lowers it or when he puts it on the ground, he can actually set it down. And it is literally resting on the ground. As you can see, he actually had to, might have done some clearancing, so that way you can close the door. I will take you, the man's incredibly talented. This is just, it fits what this actually is. And as you can see, this thing is clearly mint. There are switches inside to do this as well. I was also super nervous driving this back here because it is very low and we are off in the weeds. Yeah. I love the fact that he let me drive this. I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting he was going to drive it, but I love the fact that he's letting me do it. This door though, this door closes amazing. So, it has air conditioning, so I gotta sit here and talk for a minute. I would love to take you for a ride, but I have a video, but I don't know how it's gonna go because it's pretty loud in here. The AC is actually really cold. I'm actually super jealous about air conditioning in this thing. It actually works really well. It's actually really good. This thing is super loud when you're driving though, like rightfully so. But man, this thing is great. I love this thing. Not only am I an old Volkswagen bus, this is probably the coolest one I've ever seen in my entire life. And the best part is, I have to admit that the guy who owns it actually drives really well, but I know it's got rack and pinion steering and all that kind of stuff. But man, fun experience. The walk around on this thing will be, there's not another one like it. And I don't know, for those of you who haven't gotten to drive in a Volkswagen bus, man, that's a bucket list. So my favorite thing, besides the hydraulics on this thing, is that it has AC. It's amazing. Anybody who's ever been in an air-cooled Volkswagen loves driving them. They're super fun. People always wave. Everybody's got a Volkswagen story. Let's be honest. I love hearing them, and it never fails. Wherever you go, there's always a Volkswagen story. This one is just super cool. Pun intended. It has air conditioning. It's really comfortable. It's actually surprisingly enough, this seat for being, you know, a bench seat with some foam thrown on it, I approve. All right, so this is Ryan. He's special. Clearly. So tell us about the bus, man.
64 bus I got out of Texas. I found on the Samba. And yeah, it's a pile. It's awesome.
They know. Trust me, they know.
I got disc brakes all the way around. It's got rack and pinion steering and obviously the hydraulic suspension. Got air conditioning. It's got a spiral staircase to get up on the roof.
Yeah, why don't you show us how that works? Because I tried and I failed.
I made each one of these with 2 slots, so you just lift it up and spin it around. And then over here,
I didn't even show him.
look at that.
Why you gotta show him your staff like that, man? That's rude.
Yes, stole that from the house. Get up here and ride the unicycle around.
Where all have you driven this thing anyways? I know it's been all over the country.
Not all over. I mean, the furthest I've been to, I went to New Orleans in it. I've been to Alabama like twice, almost to Tennessee. And I mean, all over Florida for sure. It has got a lot of miles. I've got it. It's been done for over 10 years now.
Has it
with
been
the
that
hydraulics and everything. Yeah, it's been like 10 years.
Wow.
And dude, I just keep driving and driving, and it just keeps going. I love driving. You know, you can't take it anywhere without people coming up and talking about it.
No, I might have pointed out some of your glorious stickers. Somebody, a specific person in the used to be law enforcement might have been called out. The other thing I want to show them is the AC compressor, but I didn't have the thing to open your... I didn't have the thing to open his back door.
Sometimes you got to do that. Yeah, I made my own bracket. I just bought all the parts off of like eBay, and I bought a compressor from some place here in Ocala, and the condenser I got from a buddy actually. So it's just a bunch of random stuff.
And in case you're wondering, the AC does work really well, surprisingly enough.
Even with all the rust holes.
Even with all the... No, man, I
seals,
told you that was that cool as the roof.
If I sealed it up, the inside, you would have to turn it down from the end. I did put a bulkhead in, so you're only cooling the very front, which is, so it's a tiny area that it really has to cool. But that worked out. Most of the time I'm in here by myself.
No,
so.
it's actually, to be honest with you, it's actually super nice. Like when I was driving it, it was like, okay, it's warm, I turn it on. It was pretty quick.
When it's 95 out, and you turn it on, you're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're like, hey, this doesn't suck.
It's a little bit slower because of it, but so
I don't know if it's really that noticeable, man. I'll be real. Like I was expecting it to be horrible, and it really wasn't.
It was slow before, it's still slow. So but now you're not sweating while you're being slow.
That's right. And you're actually, like I was telling them, the seat's actually super comfortable.
Yeah.
Which is unusual.
I did have to put an alternator on when I did the air conditioning, not for the hydraulics.
I didn't even think about that. I mean,
the
there's,
fans.
yeah. For those of you who don't know, they come with generators. A lot of people switch the alternators, including myself in my Baja, because it's a higher amperage to start with. And then also once you flip the throttle once, they'll start charging almost immediately.
This won't last long.
In case y'all are familiar, you know that whole fat man in a little car thing from Tommy Boy?
Yeah, real funny, real funny. Pop a wheelie! Pop a wheelie! It almost worked.
Not right there. That man over there actually has a YouTube channel. I'm kind of stealing his pride and joy for a minute, if you will. Although Ryan is pride and joy. Who knew?
Everybody's pride and joy.
That's right. So yeah.
Yeah, but besides, for the AC, I put the compressor on, or the alternator, just to keep up with the blower motor and the condenser fans. But with hydraulics, I never needed that, and I had a generator on it for years. I only did that a couple years ago, 3 years ago, I think, put the air conditioning on.
Well, it's been that long.
Should have done that first.
Before the hydraulics.
Before the engine.
For the few people that watch out of state, here in Florida, it is currently, I think, 93 degrees.
But the feels like 105 or something.
That's custom. So as you can tell, it's not cool down here, so air conditioning is a must. I'm a spoiled little bastard. Everything I drive has air conditioning. So
I just gave Safari, just open up your windows, like, yeah, and I was like,
yeah, you're moving hot air. Congratulations.
When you do that, so. But,
oh, they know. Oh, see, now you dented it.
you gotta keep this open, but you can still use it. You just gotta lift it up and slide it underneath.
As you can tell, Ryan is obviously clearly an alcoholic.
That's my popcorn maker.
That's right. Popcorn maker. It's not a still, children. Calm down.
Nope. We're making popcorn.
It also doesn't work. It's there for...
That's because it takes up a lot of space.
And as I told him earlier, like, all this stuff still works. Like, he still uses the cooler. This actually still gets used. I don't know what's in there. I'm guessing parts.
Tools. It's my toolbox. I keep everything. There's a Volkswagen parts here, plug kit, just in case. You never know.
Yeah, those of you who drive air-cooled Volkswagens,
You keep
no, you keep spare parts.
Yeah.
It's not an option, I promise.
There are more parts underneath the front seat, but honestly, I've used the parts for helping other people more than I've had to help myself.
That's like a code amongst Volkswagens, though. Even if you're not driving one, if you own an air-cooled Volkswagen and you see one broke down on the side of the road, it's almost, and if you don't, you're just, I'll say the word, and I don't like cursing on the camera, but you're an asshole.
You are.
Yeah. So
I would throw rocks at somebody if I was broke down the side of the road. They drove by in their bug, they're gonna get hit by a rock. They don't stop.
And I promise you, every person in the Volkswagen air-cooled world, they are all the same. They will stop. It doesn't matter. Like, they'll be driving, you know, most of them nowadays drive some $70,000, $80,000 SUV, and then they drive one of these. Folks, I'll be honest with you, these things are not comfortable. This one though, this one's comfortable. Because I own a Baja Beetle, which mine's not near as nice as this thing.
Nice.
Yeah, nice in quotation marks. Nice.
Yeah.
However,
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I love
and
this thing. I would never get rid of it. It's my ride.
yeah, rightfully so though. That and an 01 Ram that won't die.
Yeah.
If you can believe that one.
Exactly.
But yeah, I met him because of this stupid thing. And ever since then, I've gotten to know him. I don't know if I'd call him a friend because he's a pain in the butt.
Feeling mutual.
Exactly. I've been to a lot of shows with him in this. He takes it everywhere.
Yeah. I can't even take it to his show here. It's like everybody's already seen it a million times. it's just fun to go.
Yeah.
Hang out with people.
And I mean, I'm sure you don't get a minute to yourself.
Never.
Like, you have to just deal with it. And it's kind of one of those things where if you own a Volkswagen, you will meet a lot of people.
You can't even stop and put gas in it.
No.
Somebody coming over, how do you drive that thing? Or just then, oh my.
And then there's the inevitable, they have a Volkswagen story.
Everybody
has a Volkswagen story. And the sad part is, when I get to be his age, everybody will have had a Honda story, which disappoints me on a lot of levels because
yeah.
Hondas. But back in the day, you know, this is what they had to play with.
This was a Honda.
Yeah, this was the Honda.
Reliable, stupid car. You could drive it anywhere.
And you could find several of them sitting behind people's yards. Not so much anymore. But you know, now it is Hondas. You know, it's hilarious to think that this is a classic car and this is 48
years old. 64, right?
That's math.
Yeah, 58.
So yeah, it's 58 years old.
Yeah.
And then, so what's even more crazy in today's world, and we're just going on a tangent here. Today's world is actually the 80s cars.
Yeah.
Which,
I like them too.
Yes. Yes, very much so. I've owned a few of them already. It's just crazy how the world has changed. Like, I still remember thinking the 84 was, or a car in the 80s. It's like, oh, it's not that old.
Right.
Oh, shit.
My truck is like really old for a truck. I feel like it's not an old truck.
Speaking of trucks,
it is old.
his dad owns probably the coolest truck you will ever see in your entire life.
Oh yeah.
So a Morris Minor, right?
Yep. 1960.
Yeah, maybe his dad will let us get a hold of that because.
Yeah, it's a really cool truck.
Yeah. In the meantime, I'd like to thank Ryan for taking a few minutes out of his extremely busy day.
Absolutely, anytime, buddy.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And there is a short video that I took of the Winnebago. This man is known for it. Is why I'm stealing the celebrity off of Rob's channel. And I'm really sorry for it, but not so much. Guys, if you enjoy it, comment, like, link, subscribe, the whole thing that every YouTuber does. Thanks for your time, guys. I'm also very fortunate, and I owe a big thank you to Ryan for letting me use his bus for one of my videos. He is an incredibly, this phone, I swear, every time I do a video, This thing actually drives superb. I understand the rest of it looks like it came out of a junkyard, and no, it didn't come out of a junkyard, it came out of a field. I'll be honest, I just wanted to drive it. Let's be real.